Hey everybody, Fallout here, and holy lord in heaven, Future War Cult won a faction rally. This calls for a celebration. Where's that celebration button? Ah, there it is. Whoops. Wrong stream. Anyway, because Future War Cult finally won, we have access to their unique faction weapon, which is this, the Vision Sidearm. Today we're going to take a look at that gun, kind of in-depth, and talk about whether or not it's good and worth using in PvP. Spoiler alert, it's very good, and you should pick one up right now. So what makes it good? Why don't we take a look? The gun falls into the 491 RPM archetype, which is the same as the very infamous Last Hope sidearm, which kind of dominated the early PvP meta when Destiny 2 first came out. Also, like the Last Hope, it's a triple burst sidearm, so you pull the trigger once, you fire 3 bullets. Easy peasy. The selling point on the Vision, if you haven't figured that out already, is this perk right here, Kill Clip. A perk I am very fond of and will sing the praises of all day. If you don't know what that is, well, you get a kill. After that, you reload your gun, and that will proc Kill Clip, which gives you about a 30% damage buff for exactly 5 seconds. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but doing more damage with your gun is pretty sick in PvP, and that's exactly what gives the Vision the edge. The Last Hope might have better stability, and it might have better handling, but what it doesn't have is Kill Clip. So you could say that the Last Hope has a higher floor, but the Vision has a much higher ceiling. AKA the awesome destruction potential is much higher with the Vision because you can actually reduce your time to kill when the perk that it's known for activates. As you've probably figured out by now by how much people are already talking about this gun, this weapon is very high tier in PvP without question. What perks should you use on the weapon though? Well, first of all, in the second column, you should go with accurized rounds, IMO. That one is no contest. Accurized rounds gives you more range, which is always nice on your weapon because it affects your damage drop-off point and also possibly other things if you use a controller. The only other option there is appended mag, which while it gives you a bigger magazine, which is not necessarily a bad thing, it comes at not getting the extra range from accurized rounds, and therefore it's a bad pick. So don't do it, or I'll slap your hand. What about the first column though? What scope should you use for this gun? Now before I give you that answer, this is a question I want you to ask yourself before taking the advice of friends, other players, YouTubers, or the voices in your head, whatever. That question is, what platform do you play on? Because the answer to that question is probably going to affect what stats most appeal to you on any number of guns. For example, if you play on PC, this is probably a no contest choice for you. You should go with the Farpoint SAS because it gives you the most possible amount of range. Range affects how far away you can continue to do max damage. You lose stability by picking that scope, but again, if you're playing on PC with mouse and keyboard, stability probably doesn't matter to you that much. Weapon recoil is far easier to control on a mouse than it is with a controller. If you're playing on console, or if you're playing on PC with a controller, you dirty scrub. Stability makes more of a difference than it does than with a mouse and keyboard. So yeah, more range with a controller still does affect your damage drop-off point and also, to a degree, your target acquisition. Stability matters too because, you know, it affects the recoil of your gun. If you have zero problem landing your shots or controlling the recoil with a controller, then roll with the Farpoint and max range. If you're having trouble controlling the kick of the weapon, then try out the short spec and see how it feels with more stability. Since the gun is really designed to be used at close to mid-range anyway, you might not even notice the small drop-off in range when rolling with the short spec. Bottom line is, if you have a controller, try out both scopes and see what you like better. What about the Masterwork options, you ask? I was getting to that, don't rush me. It's a sidearm, so the only 4 possible options that you can roll on it with a Masterwork are stability, magazine size, reload speed, and handling. If you're playing with a controller, I'd say maybe go for stability. If you're playing on mouse and keyboard, or if you just have no problem at all with the recoil of the gun, go with reload speed or handling. rambling. Reload speed does pair pretty well with kill clip, so there's always that. So, last question, what weapons pair well with the Vision in PvP? Well, since the Vision is designed by nature to be a close quarters shredding machine, you're obviously going to want to put it together with guns that do well at mid to long range without breaking a sweat. The painfully obvious first answer that comes to mind is the Vigilance Wing. As a matter of fact, I can already hear the complaints of your favorite trial streamers right now. Oh, this guy is using a real pro combo, dude. Vig Wing and the Vision, wow, much skill. I mean, yeah, are they very easy to use? But of course. Does the combo work though? You bet your ass it does. Expect to see that pairing a lot, and I mean a lot if you're playing on console. Now that I think about it though, almost any pulse rifle in the game that you enjoy using would probably pair pretty well with this sidearm. Also the Mida multi-tool, if you haven't already shelved that thing permanently due to the abundance of the V-Wing, and also when it finally gets its new exotic catalyst, the Suros Regime. That pairing is going to be a monster. More on that another day. Actually, you could even make the Vision work well with maybe the Crimson or the Antiope, but you would sort of need to do that only on a mid to close range map, or you're probably going to get beaten a lot in the long range game. Oh yeah, almost forgot, because this is a burst shot sidearm, remember that if you fire pure hip fire, the bullet spread is going to be much tighter. So if you happen to be as accurate as any freaking Oakley, feel free to do that up close, but I like going for the ADS approach, aiming right for the old breadbasket. That way, the first shot lands there, and then the other two bounce up to around the chest, head, or neck area, giving you the chance to land those beautiful critical hits. Not really much else to say about this gun, other than watch out for it. It's gonna be a killer weapon. You might as well pick one up right now. Hey, do me a favor if you're new here. Click subscribe for more content. It's free, so why not do it? And it helps me out. If you happen to be a returning viewer, however, I knew you couldn't stay away. Who were you even trying to fool? But while you're here, don't forget to click on that little gray bell so you can be that guy who writes first on all the new videos the minute they come out. Everyone likes that guy. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. See you next time.